Hey guys, it's Trevor again. So this is my 2 weeks auntie update. Um, Figured I'd go ahead and get this one out of the way. This will probably be my last weekly update. After this, it's going to be pretty much just monthly. So there's a few different things I kind of want to talk about in this video. So if I'm jumping around, I apologize. First, we'll probably start off with changes. With it being this early on, there's not too many changes. I think my voice a little bit, just kind of up and down, back and forth. Um, Outside that, my sex drive has definitely gone up quite a bit from before. Um, Outside that, not a whole lot. I mean, I noticed a few like baby hairs right here, which I'm not really expecting anything there for a little while. I think that's pretty much it on the changes. Oh, I did just get over that little feminine monthly thing that happens for females, and it was hopefully my last one. Um, Definitely a lot different having it after I started, because the cramping was like really, really intense. I've never had cramping like that before, but hopefully that will be my last one. Fingers crossed. Um, my trusty little. Outside that, I think that's pretty much it as far as changes go. Um, yeah. So my last video I did with Tammy, if you saw that, and it was a little hectic. First video with Tammy, and she's a little more scatterbrained than I am, which is crazy. So, yeah, it definitely took a long time. So hopefully this video won't take as long. I'm pretty much gonna try and shoot straight through topics on this one. A major thing I want to talk about on this is definitely family and friends. So, and this is strictly my situation, not everybody's situation is going to be the same as mine. I'm just sharing my personal um, struggles or situation. So, my family in particular is not really okay with my transition. Especially my mom. It's a lot harder for her, and that's to be expected because she did give birth to me. So I can imagine my transition will be a little hard for her. Um, that being said, I do, respect my mom's, opinions on things. However, I'm not going to let those opinions keep me from being who I am. And I pretty much made that clear. Now my mom is the type of person that she may not straight up say it all the time. She just kind of brushes things aside and just kind of ignores them. But she does make it a point, especially now that I've started hormones, to confront me about things. She was actually just over the other day and to see the kids, and brought up, what my kids are going to call me and what my kids are going to call Tammy. So, and me and my mom have had this conversation multiple times, and she keeps bringing it up even though I've given her the same answer multiple times. So it gets a little frustrating. I am trying to be patient because, like I said, I know it is hard for her. Um, and I am doing my best, but I do get a little frustrated when I'm being asked the same questions over and over again. My situation is different. Um, as Tammy and I just did have a baby, and our daughter is going to call me daddy and is going to call Tammy mom. That's just how it is. Why confuse our children? That being said, I do have a 4-year-old son from a previous relationship, and he does not call me daddy. And the reason is because he already has a dad. I'm not going to take that title away from his dad, nor would I want to. That is his dad. So occasionally when we're at home, he does still call me mommy, but most of the time he calls me Trevor. And that is pretty much, he picked that up himself. I'm not forcing anything upon him. I did give birth to him, and so I am his mom. And I accept that. I'm okay with that. So I'm not going to confuse him anymore. If he wants to call me Trevor, that is perfectly fine. If he wants to call me mom when we're at home, that is cool too. Um, so I'm not going to take the daddy title away from his dad. And I think my mom tries to kind of make a big deal out of things and say that I'm just going to confuse the kids, but honestly, my kids are awesome, and my son probably has this figured out better than anybody I've ever met, and he's only 4. So that says a lot about adults in general. If you look at him and ask who Sakura's daddy is, he points at me. If you ask him who his mommy is, he points at me. He's got this whole thing already figured out, and it is amazing. So as of right now, we don't have to do a whole lot of explaining. Now once he gets a little older and understands a little more, then we'll go in depth about past lives and things like that, and decisions that we've made. But as of right now, that's kind of a lot to unload on a 4-year-old. So that being said, my mom kind of has issues with that because of the fact that I'm transitioning and I have kids. But I love my kids very much, and they're going to be the most open-minded people ever. So um, I'm definitely not going to let the fact that I am a parent get in the way of who I am and who I'm supposed to be. So for any of you out there that are questioning transitioning because you have kids, I mean, like I said, everybody's situation is different. Mine may not be the same as yours. But don't let the fact that you're afraid of what people will think of you because you have children get in the way of your transition. Be who you want to be who it is you're supposed to be. Don't let anybody stop you. If my kids can grasp it, then eventually, hopefully, all the adults and people that are in my family will eventually get the concept. One way or another, they're going to kind of have to eventually, because I'm not going to look like this forever. Now, Tammy's family is amazing. They are so cool with everything, which is kind of crazy because when she was younger, they weren't as open-minded as they are now. And now, I mean, they call me him and he. They use the right pronouns. They call me Trevor. We haven't had any issues. They even refer to Tammy as Tammy most of the time and say she and her. So her family is freaking amazing, and I love them so much. It's kind of the topics that I really wanted to hit today. Like I said, not everybody's situation is going to be like mine, but I kind of just wanted to go into how I personally feel and what my situation is. So that's pretty much it. I do have a sister who is 19, so we're about 6.5, almost 7 years apart. And she's pretty cool with things. It is a little bit hard because of the fact that she does still live at home with my parents, and so my parents' views on things are a little different, and they're not exactly okay with my transition, so that kind of puts her in a hard spot, and I try to keep her out of the middle of things as much as possible. So she gets curious and she'll ask me questions and things, and I answer them, and I'm totally okay with answering questions for people that are curious. I just get frustrated when people are asking me the same questions over and over again as they're already judging me. Don't ask me a question if you're already judging me for it. If you really want to know my answer and are actually curious about things, I'm totally okay with that. Totally okay. but don't judge me while you're asking me questions, because it's not really your place to judge me. That's just kind of how I see it. Um, but that's, I think that's pretty much it for this video. I just kind of give a little update on things. If you have any questions or even just want to share information with me on, your personal situation, how you deal with things with your family, that is totally cool. Or if there's anybody else out there who is transitioning and has children and wants to share their situation, feel free to hit me up. I'm totally open for any type of conversation about it. But I think that's about it. So, yeah. I'll see you guys later, and I'll keep you updated.